Hello and welcome to MidnightSilverCrafters.com. My name's Steve and I'll be your host. Today in this video, we're going to learn how to make our own rawhide mallet for jewelry making.
Okay, I'm out here at my bench and today we're going to talk just a little bit about rawhide mallets. I got some mallets here on my bench. Now all of these mallets here are rawhide mallets. Now I've made a whole slew of rawhide mallets over time. That since I've been making jewelry, I mean I've made a slew of mallets. But these are some ones that I made now, all with the exception of one, being this one right here. I made all these, but a rawhide mallet is something in jewelry work. A rawhide mallet is just a tool. You just got to have a rawhide mallet. I mean, it's one of the first things you're ever going to really get is a rawhide mallet when you start, you know, getting your tools and stuff. But and you can get, there's all different sizes. Now what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you how you can make your own rawhide mallet. And there's nothing at all complicated to this, okay? It's dead simple. Now you can make it just as simple, or you can make it as complicated as you want to make it. All right, now I'm just going to show you some of these mallets. Now let me zoom in here on these mallets. Now that mallet right there, that fancier looking mallet, now that's one that I'm working on. That's a double-headed mallet, just like this one here on the right. See, that's kind of the same mallet. That's a double-headed mallet. There's rawhide on both ends, but inside that wooden part there's weights. Okay, now that's a weighted mallet, and that mallet right there on the right, that's my favorite mallet. And boy, the weight is what makes the difference. I mean, for production work and doing silversmithing, a weighted mallet like that is really the way to go. But now this mallet right here next to it, this is just a mallet. I bought this mallet at a flea market. I think I paid $2 for it. And I'm thinking, you know, $2 for a rawhide mallet, and I've had it forever. But I'm going to show you how you can really easily make your own mallet for next to nothing. Okay, now, if you look right here, if you look at that big chunk of rawhide right there rolled up, okay, now this is a mallet. Okay, but it's just not finished yet. But this is, I'm going to show you how to make a mallet real easy and real quick. And you can make any size you want. You can make it, you can go as fancy as you want, or you can go as simple as you want. But if you just need a mallet, you go down to Walmart and you get you some of those, they're like dog bones, okay? They are dog bones. They're big rawhide bones that you give to your dog to chew on. And they're just massive amounts of rawhide is what they are. You get one of those dog bones for about $3 or $4. And you just take the bone and you unwrap it. It's the rawhide chewing bone that you give to your dog. It's a big bone twisted up out of rawhide strips into the shape of a big bone, and you get that bone for about $3 or $4 at Walmart, and you come home and you take that and you soak it in water, okay, and then you let it sit for a day or two in the water, and it'll just go real soft into big sheets. Okay, and then you'll be absolutely amazed at the amount of rawhide that there is in one of those dog bones. It's absolutely incredible how much rawhide's in one of those bones. But you just get that bone and you unwrap it, and you'll have massive sheets of rawhide. I'm talking big sheets. Now, it's really tough stuff. So what you got to do, you got to get something to cut it. Okay. I cut mine with shears. I use my regular snips, my regular metal, my regular silversmithing shears, my regular snips that I cut metal with is what I cut that with. And it cuts it like butter. But nothing else, you're not going to cut it with. It's going to be real hard, you know, a good, real sharp razor blade, but you know, those snips are the way to go. Metal shears will just cut this down. This is some real tough material, this rawhide. But just get some of those bigger pieces and cut some strips of it when it's wet. When it's totally wet, it's workable. And then all you do is you roll some strips. See, this is just a couple big strips rolled up, okay? And then when that's wet like that, when that rawhide is wet, wrap something around it real tight. Okay, this is just the wrapping right here. Okay, that's kind of like a paracord style wrapping, you know, like where they wrap handles on knives and stuff. You can look that up on YouTube. That's real easy to wrap. But this is just some string I had, some cordage. But it doesn't matter. You can wrap this with anything. But when it's wet, roll it as tight as you can get it. And wrap some cordage around it like that. Okay, and then you just let that dry completely. And put it somewhere out in the sun or somewhere where it's warm, where it can dry, and let it dry. And it'll get hard as a rock. Now, if you look at the end, right there, the end of this, see, you look on this end right here and you see it's got gaps in it, okay? Now, all those gaps are going to fill in after you use the mallet a while. The end of that mallet right there will look just like this one right here. All the gaps will fill in. The material just starts folding down and it starts spreading out, and it'll all spread out evenly. You use this for about a month, and that mallet will be, the head of it will look just like this. See? It spreads out. Here's my other mallet. You can see that. You can see this. But this head's a little bit different, but that's all you got to do is roll up that rawhide, okay? Roll that up. You can put string around it. You can put anything you want around it. You can put a piece of pipe around it. You can put anything. You can wrap something around it, whatever you want. But then when it gets hard, you just got a big chunk, and it's hard as a rock, and it's not going to unravel. And you just drill you a hole. See, here's a little tiny bitty one I made. But I use this little small mallet as much as I use every other mallet I got. It's a good mallet. It's light. It's real light. For small light rings, this is, I'll go to this mallet if it's real light and small project. But it works great. Look, I just drilled a hole right there. And I just put me a dowel. That's just a plain old dowel. You can get fancy, you know. You can get fancy if you want. See, I made this whole mallet right here. I made this handle and everything. Okay, I made that mallet right there. I made all these mallets except for this one. But that shows you can get as fancy as you want, or you can go simple as you want, like this. But this is a tool right here that works. But make you a mallet. It's dead simple to do. Roll up some rawhide and tie it. Let it dry and drill a hole in it, and you got a mallet. Simple as that. It's not hard, and you'll have, in one of those dog bones, you'll get enough rawhide. You can make 6 or 8 mallets if you wanted to. It's incredible amount of rawhide that they put, especially those bigger bones. Oh my God, they're just humongous. I think they use a whole half a cow leather on those things. They're huge. But this rawhide, it's hard as a rock, but it will not mark up your silver, which is the amazing thing about a rawhide mallet. It doesn't put marks on your metal. And a good quality rawhide mallet, you know, maybe similar to this one, maybe right here, believe it or not, can run around 40 or 50 bucks sometimes. But now a cheaper, they're hard to find, but they're easy to make. Okay, so just go and get you a dog bone, soak it in water. You know, a couple days of soaking it in water, and then roll it up tight. Cut it to the size you want to make it. Now all I got to do is drill me a hole right through this, right here. Just drill a hole in there and put me a handle, any kind of handle I want. And this mallet will be ready to go. Now, but you see these little spaces in the head of this thing right here? Those little gaps will all fill in. After a couple weeks, you won't have any gaps in it. But this is hard as a rock. But I just wanted to make this quick little video about these mallets. Now, if you need jewelry tools, I got a lot of jewelry tools on my website. Okay, so look on my website. I'm putting more jewelry tools out every day. I'm posting more tools. Okay, just all sorts of tools of all type for making jewelry. But I just thought somebody might want to make them a mallet. If you don't have a mallet, you can go out for a couple bucks and you can make you one, and it's a fun project. So, but you know, I would just like to say, if you're new, if this is the first time you've stopped by my channel, I really would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I do a lot on this channel. I do jewelry making. I do silversmithing. I do lost wax casting. So I cover a whole lot of different subjects on this channel related to jewelry making and stuff. But the main thing I do is I do a lot of casting, and right here, these are all wax patterns, including this. This is a tool that I manufacture, and I make. This is a little doming block, but this is a wax pattern. See, and I cast these out of bronze. Most of the tools that I manufacture, I cast them out of bronze. But these are all wax patterns. You know, these are bezels and different rings and bracelets and just all kinds of different pieces of jewelry in here. Okay, all these wax patterns. But I made all these patterns, and I also make the rubber molds. Okay, I make all the rubber molds as well. These are the rubber molds that I make. All these rubber molds I make, and all these molds make these patterns, and then I cast them. I mostly cast silver is what I do, but I do cast a little bit of gold and stuff, but I do a lot of other casting. Right there's a bird. Now you see that bird right there. Now I casted that bird. I made that out of zinc. That's made out of an old skill saw I bought for $1 at a flea market and busted it up for the zinc. But that's zinc. That has another piece that hangs down below it there. It's like a door knocker. You use it to knock on somebody's front door. It mounts on their front door. But I do casting and I teach all this stuff. I teach silversmithing, lost wax casting. I got just an incredible setup that I design and that I show and teach how to build on this channel for casting jewelry, and you can actually get started for about $400. You can actually do some casting if you follow my videos and watch my channel. But I would love if you would subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you as a member. I just think it would be terrific. I think you would learn a whole lot watching my channel. Okay, and if you do decide that you would like to subscribe, or if any of this is sparking your interest, if you would do me one big huge favor, if you just go down to the comment section and leave me a comment down there in that little comment box and put "I subscribe," I would just love that, and that would just be great. So, alright, well, I think I'm going to end this one here. I just wanted to share this with you about the mallets, today. So go out and get you a dog bone and make you some mallets. Make you a couple of them. Make different sizes, put some handles on them. Make them, I made one there you see real fancy, and then I got one that's just a straight stick, but the handle don't really matter. But boy, this weighted one, that's really my favorite mallet. Boy, that's real sweet having that extra weight on there. But alright, I'm going to end it here today on these mallets. So I hope you found this interesting, and alright, I'm going to end it here then. My name's Steve, and I'll talk to you in the next video.